back to my YouTube. Today I wanted to talk about a conversation I had with my sister. So my sister is an accomplished influencer, brand ambassador, actress, TV personality, reality personality, model. She's a business owner. She's checked off a lot of different boxes. And you know, today we had a conversation where I was saying like I need a consistent photographer, and she said, well, find someone to do a free collab and work with them, and they build you up and you build them up. Because she's been able to find people to collaborate with her and not even ask for anything. I just want to take your picture, you know. And I'm like, well, as a musician, that doesn't work, because like in my humble opinion, you can meet an influencer and you can kind of tell. It's like not anyone, but I feel like being a successful musician is about, you know, right time, right place, a little bit of luck, you know, some skill, having the look, stuff like that. Being a successful influencer, now almost anybody can do that. Almost anybody can do that. If you find your niche, you know how to brand yourself, stuff like that, you know. But as a musician, it takes a lot of people, a lot of mentorship, a lot of money. You can become a successful influencer without pumping in $5K every month into a project. You know, my song More Than a Friend cost me about somewhere between $2,500 and $3,000 to produce and market so far. You know, and I don't want to say I'm nobody, but who am I? You know, who can I really give advice to? I mean, maybe I could. You know, I've been making music for 2 years. I've been releasing music since September 4th. And I've been screwed over, I've been done dirty, I've had my concepts stolen, stuff like that. Like, so I guess I can give advice on things like that, but I'm getting at is like being a successful musician, it's not like being a successful influencer. Anyone can be an influencer, whether it's video games or, you know, they just do brand ambassading, or it's a fitness influencer, or it's a makeup influencer, or whatever it is. You know, it's a fashion influencer, whatever the brand is and whatever the marketing is, anyone can do that. But like being a successful musician, it takes a lot of money. And I guess that's what I was trying to get across. Like, you can't just go, I mean, you can find people who are willing to work with you for the low, you know, but it's like, even if you are working with someone who is costly but established, you're lucky to even work with them. Even if their service is, let's say, $800 to mix and master a song, but this is like a Billboard quality, you know, engineer, like, you're lucky to even get time with them, because they're busy, they're booked, you know, they have higher, you know, caliber artists to work with. Like, to get someone for the low, you're lucky, but to even get anyone at all willing to take a chance on you is also somewhat luck. Somewhat, you know, money talks, but there's always someone bigger, wealthier, more skilled than you that they could be working with instead. So to me, my thing is like, I'm willing to spend whatever money it takes. And if I have to wash dishes, if I have to whatever, if I have to work 3 jobs, I'm willing to spend the money and get the money. You know what I mean? By honest means. But I'm not above anything. You know, I'm not, oh, I'm too good to be a custodian, or I'm too good to be nannying kids, I'm too good to be washing dishes. Like, that's not me. I came from nothing. I remember being like 5 years old and picking up plastic bottles off the street to be able to afford snacks, food. Like, I come from nothing, right? So I've never been afraid to hustle, to grind, stuff like that. But I was just saying, like, it's so expensive. Like, that one song I have, More Than a Friend, cost me like maybe $2,500 to $3,000 to produce and market, and that's my first song. That's my first song. Like, that's just the beginning, you know? That's just the beginning. And like, I tell people all the time, and I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me, but like I said, I'm willing to spend whatever, because that's what you gotta do. That's what people in the big leagues do. That's what the A-listers do, you know? Like, so, but yeah, I'm not sure what this is, event or whatever, but it's just, I'm willing to hustle. And I think that's the thing that, it's weird, because I meet like other upcoming artists, and it's like, do you even love what you do? Do you even respect the craft? Like, I'm not saying that everything I put out is perfect and everything I pose is perfect, but I really do do take pride in it. Whether it's perfect or not, whether it's good or not, I still take pride in it, because it's not easy, and you really got to be vulnerable to do something like music. So, or be willing to be vulnerable, be perceived. So it like confuses me when I see artists that are like, I'm not gonna pay that much for that beat, I'm not gonna pay that much for this engineer, I'm not gonna pay that much for this music video, you know, and then they say they take it serious, you know what I mean? But it's weird, like, it's weird. And it's like, then again, I feel like the people who do take it serious and they are working 3 jobs, you know, 2 jobs and an online hustle or whatever the case may be, like, I feel like those people, they're like here, you know, they've already made it further than I have, so it's hard to even get on their level to get mentorship from them, you know. So I guess it's like, it's been quite the journey so far, like, and it's weird because like as a musician, a lot of the time I feel very like on my own with it, because even the people that are willing to like mentor you and stuff, they're typically very busy, you know, they already paid their dues, you know. So but so far, as far as the people that I know who've had pretty good success, what I've heard consistently is it's about being the right place at the right time. At the end of the day, you know, like some people do get lucky, absolutely, some people get lucky, but right place, the right time, and being willing to throw everything into it. If you want it to be a career, you know, you gotta treat it as such. Every day, 9 to 5 and 5 to 9, you know. That's the advice I've gotten so far, and to just like do it, put yourself out there. You gotta learn, you know. So like I said, very scary for me putting on a drum and bass project like as a New Yorker. I feel like the New York music scene is very defined and is very much a lane, and I don't know if there's like a drum and bass lane in New York City. So definitely very scary. I would love to keep putting it out, but I haven't been able to find like a really seasoned drum and bass producer here. The ones that I found that are really good, they're usually based in the UK or like Germany, something like that. So it's like, damn, maybe I'll just go to the UK, you know. So yeah, I don't know. Obviously I need to learn how to produce my own stuff, right? So I don't gotta do 50-50 splits all the time, but so I can get what I want. But yeah, it's been interesting so far, and I'll go ahead and talk, you know, because I don't know if I mentioned it, like I'm not seasoned, okay? I'm still new into the game, but I like, super personal, I've had stuff stolen from someone I was sleeping with. Little lines here and there, little melodies here and there that I wanted to use for myself, but they like it, and then they use it, and then I was like tossed to the side. I've been done dirty like that. I've had money stolen from me. You know, I had someone who I was dating, and you know, we were pretty good, and you know, they had a friend and their friend was going through something, and I paid a lot of money to have a music video done. They half-assed it and then blocked me. Like, I've been taken advantage of, and I've learned lessons, you know. And I think the biggest lesson that I've learned is don't trust nobody. Don't trust nobody. I think that's the biggest. Okay, not like don't trust anybody, but it's all about how you can be used. Everyone's just trying to figure out who can be used, and that's it. Like when you form relationships, you know, I'm sure anyone watching this gets it. If anyone who's like into the music scene, into the music industry, but I've been taken advantage of. I've been lied to. You know, I've had my trust broken. So I've learned some valuable lessons. So I don't know. I guess synopsis or the conclusion here is like, it's really weird, like having your own journey, having your own talents, your own skill set, figuring out how to use it, and figuring out how to not blow your shot, you know. Yeah. And you know, another thing they say is like, you don't have to date everybody you work with. Like if you work with someone and you like them, you don't have to date them. You can like them and keep that to yourself. Like that could end up being a really good connection in the future. That's what they say, you know. So I don't know, but I'm learning, and like I said, I've been making music for 2 years, and I've seen a lot. I've seen people with so much potential who accomplish big things, and they don't get to where they want to be because they're trying to follow someone else's blueprint. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to follow someone else's blueprint. Like not everyone can be the producer who's super talented and uses that to get into the door and become the rapper. Not everyone can do that. It's not gonna work out for everybody. That was their mission. That was their blessing. Maybe that's not your blessing, or not everyone can just have that one viral song and get signed off that one song. Some people that happens, or that one viral, some people it happens, and for some people it doesn't. You know, like, I guess what I'm learning is you have to find your own formula. Like, for real. Like, you cannot say, I'm gonna walk in their footsteps. You can be inspired by people. You can look at their playbook, you can look at their blueprint, but at the end of the day, you have to listen to yourself and listen to your gut. And that's what I'm learning. And I'm hoping that it gets me far, you know, and just tales of a newcomer, I guess, you know. But other than that, I'm super excited. I'm working on a project with some very talented people, and I'm hoping people like it. It's a pivot from my first song. It's definitely a sharp pivot, but I'm hoping people like it. I hope it's received well, and still figuring things out, but I hope it's received well. And yeah, it's definitely, you know, like I said, part of my mission with my music is to help people feel like they can live their most authentic lives. So that vulnerability, whether it's through my YouTube or whether it's through my music or whatever the case may be, that vulnerability is what I hope, you know, gravitates people toward me. So this next song I have coming out, I'm gonna be working on it all through October. You know, the song, the visuals, the photo shoot, stuff like that, the marketing, the promo. Gonna go ahead and do what I've done, what I did in my first song, and try and find some vulnerable inspiration. And I know not every song has to be like out of your diary. Like you can just write a song that is good, you know, has a good premise and so on and so forth, good structure. But here's another, it's gonna be another song from my diary. So I hope people enjoy it. And if you're watching this video and you made it to this point, thank you so much. And I hope you all stay tuned. So good night, kisses, and have a safe evening.